Right on.
Yes, we made it to another
We
week.
did it.
All day
Another week.
breakfast.
Quarantine. Another quarantine week gone. We're out of. Well, we're not out of quarantine, but we're
No,
one step closer to out of quarantine.
you can go places with your household, or if you're single, you can go places with another household, I think.
Ooh.
But
Yeah, what's the rule on that? Like, how do you prove that you live alone?
yeah, that's a really good question. I think yeah, they're just like, no, you don't. I'm like, yeah,
Shit.
yeah, I do, bro. Yeah,
Shit.
you got me. Except I do, bro.
Oh, I gotta get a charger for my laptop. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay, okay.
It just flashed up 5% remaining. That's not good.
5% remaining.
Oh,
Ladies and
BRB.
gentlemen, remember, always plug in your devices. Alex leaving us with the laptop looking at the ceiling or something like that. That's pretty cool. I was gonna wear a hat to the podcast today, but my hair is huge today and I'm feeling it. Like I feel like I've got a whole hat on, right? Like a fur, like a Khabib Nurmagomedov hat, but brown. But Alex is repping the Oilers. Yeah,
I am. It's
can't
my signed Nugent Hopkins hat.
can't hate on that. Oh, a signed Nuge hat. That's pretty sick.
Yes,
Nuge.
sir. Nuge is huge.
Yeah.
Makes
There
me
you go.
splooge. Look at that. I'm a rapper.
Oh,
Okay. Now let's
back.
podcast.
He's back. That was a great first minute and a half of the
Well,
podcast.
we can
Keeping it in because we're pros.
Yeah, we've got less quarantine. We've got some like tentative comedy stuff. Have you heard anything? Have you got any?
No, I don't have anything yet.
Oh, I'm gonna start the rumor mill. I've got a tour going with another person who's a
Nice.
comedian. But
Nice.
yeah, we got a little Southern Alberta tour coming. So look our way, Southern Alberta coming.
Nice, man. Oh, that's
Yeah.
fun. Are you excited to get back on stage?
Yes, yeah. I'm doing also my first Zoom show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Excited? Not excited?
Um, it's a charity one, so I'm excited because I think it's gonna be good vibes and everyone's gonna be having a good time, and it's for someone that I care about and stuff. So
That's good. Yeah, that's nice.
yeah, it's gonna be sweet. I don't know if we're allowed to say any details on that one yet because I don't know how finalized we are, but I've got a text message, so I will. I have stage time lined up. I have.
Sweet, man.
Yeah, there's what was it? It was like they're gonna basically get the go ahead for like, hey, phase 3 starts in 3 weeks.
Hmm.
And so if they get that go ahead, we are gonna start getting our things together. And then once they open 3 weeks after that, we're gonna go on tour. So I've got like
Nice,
3 weekends lined up, fingers crossed if everything goes through as planned. We got 3 Fridays, 3 Saturdays lined up. So we got 6 shows.
Sweet.
Hopefully a roast battle, and then this Zoom show lined up. So
That's all right.
things this week came together finally. We
That's
finally
good,
have
man.
some like light at the end of the tunnel as far
Yeah.
as the comedy goes.
On my side, my only comedy thing is that Billy James Records is working on our fourth project.
Yes.
We're about to have 4 EPs in the can. For those that don't know,
Well, I just saw that Comedy Alberta got released by
yeah, man,
so,
half our show pulled out because they got called for that show when we were
yeah,
doing the
so we got to
Edmonton
make a
tapes.
response video now. This
What's
is East
that?
Coast West Coast beef. This is fucking
Yeah, man.
you fucking JFL East Coasters. Get the
Dude,
fuck
we had the sickest show lined up, and then they all got called on that show, and we're like, well,
whatever, buddy. Our lineup
oh
is
no, we're still gonna put the city on the map for sure.
yeah, bro. I'm saying,
But it's
Billy
fun.
James,
We're actually like we've got 3 or 4 projects in like draft or more mode, which is like
heck yeah.
which is nice, man. Alberta's
Yeah, I was
gonna
gonna
take the
ask
place by
off the
storm.
record, but
What's that?
I was gonna ask off the record, but I'm glad that we're allowed to talk about on the podcast how the Edmonton tapes are doing and where they're coming
Yeah,
along.
man. So we got a draft of the Edmonton tapes done, and we've got 3 other EPs that we've been working on from different comics that have
Amazing.
let us record. So
That's great.
should be cool, man. Yeah, it's cool. We both got a little. I'm in the background. I'm in the background pulling strings. You're on the front line slanging jokes.
Yeah, man. I got like a couple half premises. I wrote my first ever cat versus dog premise.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I finally did. I caved. I caved. I think it's hacky, but I don't know. I haven't done
Hockey's good,
comedy in
man.
so long that I don't know what's real anymore.
Yeah. I
But
keep
it's
thinking of
contrarian.
premises, and I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know
It
if they're
sticks
enough.
to my contrarian ideals, so that's good.
Well, that's good. I ran into a not a conundrum, but like a new thing on the weekend because I did go out and check out a restaurant with two people from another household,
Yeah, as you're
and
allowed.
we're there, right? And so, if you're a female server at a bar, sometimes I don't know if it's to get tips or whatever, but you wear like a low cut shirt, boom, love it, right?
Yeah.
But here's the issue that it was my first social interaction in a while. Waitress comes up, mask on, so now it's dead in the eyes or anywhere else.
Like right
You
straight into pupils or
yeah,
right
you
the
can't
cleavage.
be like, oh, I'm looking down at what it was trying to read your lips or something. Nope. So I was making a big joke out of just being like, another beer, please. Yeah. Oh, they got lights
Yes.
up there, hey?
One of your finest ales
Yeah.
and nice green eyes that I know the color of because I'm
I don't
looking at.
know. I don't know if people know the type of pressure they're putting people under, but barely been out of my house in a couple months. And then I'm
Yeah,
sitting
man, I'm
there
scared
like,
to talk to girls. I don't
yeah,
know
dude.
what to do.
I know, but it's also weird because everyone's hiding this part of their face. Like that it's a third of like the whole is missing. So you're like,
Yeah. Well,
it's
yeah.
it's crazy.
And
It's
like,
weird because you don't know what anyone looks like anymore.
yeah, especially here in winter, everyone's like tooked up and like
Oh,
masked
dude.
on and
I gotta say, I do love walking around like big jacket, hoodie, mask, headphones, just like nobody talk to me.
you're like, I'm in
I
a different.
barely exist. Trying to some camouflage shit on there just to even like more do it up. Just like nobody talk to me. You can. This is me. I'm closed off. We are not
That's
taking questions today.
no chatting.
I was thinking
That's
about
so
that. Like
funny.
no one can even see like the look on your face, anything. So you just floating around life, just like mean
Yeah.
mugging and not
I've noticed
worrying about.
a lot of people look angrier now.
Yeah, there was. Okay, this was funny on Saturday when I was out to watch the UFC fights. There was a table near us, and an older couple, and the lady got up to go use the washroom, and she dropped something, and so we're like, "Hey, oh, excuse me," and she looked up like, "What?" And we're like, "Oh, you dropped something," and she's like, "Oh my god, I thought you were calling me out on going the wrong way from the arrows on the ground." So then we waited when they left, just when they got up to leave, we're all just like, "Hey, excuse me," the arrows say, and it was nice. We had this big belly laugh with like a couple strangers. It was like, "Oh, this is what I used to." But it was so the lady's like, "Oh man, I thought you were calling me out for going the wrong way," and I was about to be like, "You've got to be kidding me." It's like you dropped your glasses. But
That's
we shared like a good like hearty laugh over like, oh man, can you imagine?
yeah, if we were those guys right now, like,
Yeah,
oh,
hey
excuse
buddy,
me.
you're going the wrong way.
Hey, ma'am, excuse me, ma'am.
I've noticed at the Oliver Social Club, my Safeway, that people are starting to disobey the arrows a lot. It's not even a
Yeah,
thing anymore.
people,
The staff, they don't care. People
yeah.
going full cart right up. Oh man, it's mayhem.
Yeah, people with the old pump and lube are not really too diligent about masks or
Oh
like
yeah,
staying inside of their vehicles or like not just fucking walking in the door and being like, hey, I need my tires filled up. And you're like, Jesus, yeah, just drive in and stay in your goddamn whip.
Stay in your whip, dude. Yeah, people are getting a little bit just like, I don't care anymore, whatever.
Yeah, people are getting comfortable.
Well, like, yeah, I mean, it was a, pack night on Saturday when I was out. It's kind of like, oh,
Yeah.
should I be here? I don't
About
know.
the comedy club, man. Dino posted this thing and I shared it today about the comedy clubs. Like Rick Bronson, owner of the comic strip here in town,
Mm-hmm.
specifically was talking about his new West Club because the restrictions in BC have been lifted to be like, okay, yeah, you can like go to bars and stuff. And the comedy club was like shut down. They were like, no, you cannot open. And he is like, how, like if anything we're safer because like we're coming in, no one's like facing each other and talking,
Yeah.
everyone's like looking at the stage.
Well, Alex,
We
it's
like,
something that was open earlier in this madness. Like you
yeah,
could,
well, that's the other thing. His defense was that they've ran 4 clubs. So they have Minnesota, they have Arizona, they have New Westminster, and they have Edmonton. And they ran 4 clubs in 2020 without a single case. And because everyone has to buy tickets, contact tracing is super easy. If they have any reported cases, they have the contact information of everyone. They have credit cards. They have make everyone sign up before they come through.
That's true. Yeah.
Like, why the hell can we not do our jobs? Like I have to sit here getting fucking CRB money and bullshit, like working this day job that I had when I was in high school because they're like, oh yeah, you can go watch it like the Oilers versus the Flames at Hudson's, but you can't go watch fucking Alex and Sterling do a set on a Saturday.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I can't wait for comedy to start back up again because I'm not pro yet, so I need to get back out there on the stage and get people to fucking book me again.
Man, I had a dream, like, and a full on, like, I was booked for a set and it was my first set back and I was fucking panicking. I don't know where I was, but I was in a green room and I was like, there was the door to go to get on stage and I was like, buy it. And my mom was there for whatever reason. And I was like, Mom, I'm freaking out. Like, I can't remember anything. Like, I haven't done this in so long. And she was just like, you'll be fine. And then I got on stage and I started like remembering. And like in the dream, I was like, as far as I remember, I'm sure it wasn't this way, but dreams. Yeah. It was like I was doing my bits, like my old bits were like coming back to me as I was on stage and I was like doing them and like doing some crowd work and like I got like all the adrenaline of being like mid riff and like being like mid set when everything's coming to you and you're thinking about the next joke while this joke's coming out of your head and like you're scanning the audience for like reactions and what people look like and like who you can crowd work with. And I was doing all that in my dream, just like natural. Like I was back at it. Like it was just 2019 corporate season. I was like mid go, like, and then I woke up and I was just like, oh, like comedy back now.
Yeah, man. Well, yeah, I miss it, man. And like with the Edmonton tapes, we were about to launch at the Strip.
Oh,
so that might happen. That might happen soon.
Nice. Yeah, that's
Which
sick.
would be sick.
That's the other the like weird good bad of this is all the plans that were in place. Like no one has overbooked, usually if you have something that's planned out, like if I have a show planned out and then something happens and I'm like, oh no, I have to cancel this, like the venue doesn't now have infinite open slots to fill me back in on the night that I've canceled. But now that everything's been canceled, I'm just calling back old like contacts from like a year and a half ago, like, hey, remember when I was supposed to headline your club? Like, we still good?
Yeah. Well, with Hannigan and I'm like, okay, we're gonna do it at the Strip. I'm gonna force my way onto the stage there. I can't get there yet. I'm gonna just be there. I'm just gonna have a show there. I'll just get back to show running.
Yeah, well, and they need our content right now because like America's closed off. Like they are used to having access to, the whole planet. Like they brought in the best comedians in the world for as long as they've been open. So now they're looking at us. Like even when we opened up in quarantine, I was there opening weekend. It was me and Kathleen. Shout out Dead Baby Bear. But it was like me and Kathleen doing that weekend. It's sold out because people are like thriving for entertainment and all that stuff.
Yeah. Oh,
So
it's
I
gonna
think
be great. Like people are gonna be people are excited to be back, and like it's not
yeah,
I think for a while with like specifically with Edmonton's comedy scene, there was so much comedy, and you could kind of go see a headliner at one of a bunch of different shows or whatever, and like so maybe it was almost taken for granted a little bit. Now when it comes
yeah,
back, I think it'll be super strong. There'll be fewer shows off the hop, but I think
yeah.
there'll be strong shows.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's cool that we do have the comic strip and we do have the grindstone. Like we have all these places. Like we really were popping off at the end of like 2019. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm saying with like how this quarantine like is sort of rolled through. Coming back out of it, I'm calling up places that it was like, hey, we were about to pop off anyways. Like now
Yeah.
we might as well do it. Like
Shout
because
out,
funny,
shout out Station on Jasper,
yeah, station
the
on
homie
Jasper.
Mick.
Like, yeah, we were
Yeah,
moving to Wednesday night lives there.
yeah, man.
The cabin was reopening their open mic because they
Yeah,
just like finished up their renos. And then even like Man was moving out west 2019. Like Belford moved down to Calgary and started the rooms up in Dawson and down in Brooks. And then Pogo was who's running Good Times was talking about linking
Lethbridge.
up
Yeah.
with a Tabor venue. I think he was talking about.
Oh wow.
So it's like places were kind of on the move to like do these things, and now they've had a year to sort of mull over the plans and get everything kind of set so they can just implement them as part of their like new rollout policy. As soon as we're allowed to go back to it, we don't have to start shutting things down to open up new things. It's just the
Mm-hmm.
new things are going to be part of this rollout. So as long as we're diligent as artists and we're diligent as like show producers in the province, I think
Yeah,
we can really make shit happen for ourselves once this pops off, not having to get imports coming in and being able to really showcase what Alberta's been having this whole time,
totally.
but we just haven't been getting the opportunity for.
Yeah, man. It's good. So there's some good. There's
Yeah,
some good in
I
the
mean,
bad.
there's light at the end of the tunnel. That's what this week has given me, and why this smile is on my face. If you're watching this on
Nice,
YouTube, I
nice.
feel like I've been looking
If you're
jolly
listening to this, you should tune in to 17, 18 minutes on the YouTube channel just to see Alex's smiling face.
just to see how cute I
Mark
look.
that down in your
Smiling
notes. Yeah,
away.
man. I saw in the news this week that they're talking about making a gondola in Edmonton again from
Wait,
down
that's so
from White Ave to downtown, so people
yeah,
can commute 5 at a time.
yeah, dude. I was sick. We went to Lake Louise briefly to go snowboarding, and we were
Yeah,
taking like the gondola up. And Brad was looking around, and he's like, "Is this what we're getting in Edmonton?" And I was like, "Yes,
yeah,
this is
man.
what we're going to be getting to
It's
go."
so funny. I think we should. I think we should. I think we should give up on roads and just set up a network of gondolae in in Edmonton.
Gondola and bike lanes.
Yeah, man, that's Edmonton 2030. I just
Oh,
love it, man. Like, considering that everything we build breaks down in the winter, do you really want to be running a gondola over the North Saskatchewan?
oh man, dude, I know it's so crazy. Like I saw someone post about this and I was like, you're an idiot, kind of. Um,
Yeah.
but like in Texas, all the windmills got screwed up for like the wind farms because it's too
Mhm.
cold. But it's like, I don't know, we have wind farms in southern Alberta and they run year round because like we just know that it's going to be this cold and we equip them for it. They didn't know that they were
They
going to be
didn't
that
know
cold.
they were
And
gonna
that's
get
why they
this.
wrote
Yeah.
but there is a point in my head where I'm like, bro, when it's minus 40, like stuff doesn't work. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if your cell phone is left out at minus 40. I saw one of those like electronic billboards outside and it was just like glitching out because it was just too
Oh
cold.
man.
That were like black and then like flashing different colors and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking about it and I was like, man, right now, like everyone who owns a Tesla parks in the garage because they're rich.
Well,
Like
yeah.
there's nobody parking
No
their
one's street
Tesla
parking a
out on,
Tesla.
but like the codes and stuff, like there's new stuff coming out or all these promises of like by 2030, by 2025, like companies have promised to be making only EVs, like they're going to be done production of like internal
Yeah.
combustion engines. California's like we're going to get all non-electric vehicles off the road. And it's like, I want all this stuff, but like, I'm worried about when it's minus
I
40
know
and like
exactly what you.
my
Yeah.
Tesla, just like the road is littered with people's vehicles that just are like, boom, boom, boom.
Oh man, that's such a good point. We get fully off of we get electric everything, and then it's minus 40, and just our society shuts down.
Yeah, like batteries don't work at that temperature. Like, I don't know what the
Yeah,
hell happens, but it's like, it's so tough. Like, if you can keep it warm, that's fine. But like, the people,
yeah, but
there's
that
not
means
enough people are parking for all the cars.
yeah, yeah. It's funny. I've always thought about that with any aspect of this stuff. I've always thought like, what about winter driving? Like,
Yeah.
when this you start talking about self-driving vehicles and stuff, I was like, all right, what about ice though?
Yeah. I mean, self-driving is not that bad. Honestly, like currently the cars are already pretty much made to self-drive because of people's fuck ups. Like the traction
Yeah,
control and stability management and like lane assist and all that stuff. Like
I still
the
feel like
robot
the best drivers get hit with black ice. Like,
yeah, but like when you get hit with black ice now, your car corrects you way more than you'd ever be able to because most people suck at driving.
yeah, so that's all fine and good. Like when every car on the road is that. When
Yeah,
only
yeah,
some
yeah.
of them are that, it doesn't really.
Yeah, because there's so many bad driving. That's yeah. At what point, like, because that's the other thing. They keep promising like all these things are going to be gone, but it's like, what are you going to do with all these people that are like still paying a 7-year lease on their vehicle? It's like you bought an $80,000 Cadillac, and
Yeah.
like, you know what I
The
mean?
the thing is, I think it's like they'll stop making them at that point. They'll still be supporting them for decades beyond that, right? It's
Well,
not
no,
like
there's in California, I'm pretty sure it was they like signed a
yeah.
thing being like 2030, no more like.
California though, I
No
mean,
more.
yeah.
But like, what are they going to do for people? Like if
It's a
I was
huge
there, I'd be like,
undertaking. Like think of all the vehicles in LA. Like
yeah, like.
where do they
Well,
all
then yeah,
go?
what do you do with those? Like, you recycle them, or you
Can
just
you
chuck them in the ocean?
retrofit your vehicle into an EV? Take
Yeah,
out the
maybe there's
engine,
gonna be
pop a battery in
government
there?
subsidies for like retrofitting like EV motors to axles. I don't know.
Because otherwise you just have a bunch of cars then. Where do
Yeah,
those go? Just a
yeah,
big field of cars?
I know, man. I
Oh
saw
man,
a
the future's
video.
bleak, bro.
Yeah, I saw a video about like how much plastic's being made and like how much plastic goes in the ocean daily and stuff. And like every time I see one of
Yeah,
those, I'm
you're
like,
trying not
I
to
knew
think
it
about it.
was. Why you got to put it in perspective like that for me?
I know, I know. I was like, okay, well, and then I'm at the Oliver Social Club, and they're double bagging my groceries, and I'm like, fucking Christ, man. Like,
Like, don't the meat can touch the veggies. I'm
I
gonna
get
wash them.
home and I've got 58 bags, and I'm like, holy shit, what do I do with all this?
Yeah, man. I saw a thing about Apple where it was like, Apple, like, we're not giving headphones with new iPhones to save plastic. And then
Yeah,
it's like what they give you when you
charger too.
buy.
You have to buy a charger as well.
Yeah. And then it's like the next picture was like what they give you when you buy your headphones separate. And it was just like 6
Oh,
cases, like plastic wrapped, like individually
it's so
sealed, like
stupid.
with a
I've
bunch
always
of.
I've always thought that like the way that weed packaging looks is so like the opposite of where things have been going in the lead up to weed becoming legal. Like we're
Well,
talking
and
about like getting rid of plastic bags at the same time as we're like, here, have a Rubik's cube and try to find a joint.
yeah, and like know your demographic, man.
Yo, you're muted. You're muted, bro. Alex can't hear that he's muted, but now he can. Nope, still can't hear you, bro. Trying to make points about
Here we go. Yeah,
weed. There we go. There he is.
there
He's
we go.
back.
So yeah, all the people like who wanted weed off the streets, like it wasn't. It was. It's funny because people have like this weird misconception of legalized marijuana. It's like the drug dealers didn't want legalized marijuana. Like that was the last thing in the world they
Yeah, of
wanted.
course
That was
not.
fucking business. So it was like the people who realized that it was safer to have marijuana and smarter to have it legalized and taxed and grown and like farmed. And then the like first thing they did was put all this horrific packaging, and all the people who voted for it were like, "You dummy! Like we're environmentalists. Like we're
Yeah,
we're,
yeah.
we're cleaning, like super open minded. Like the reason we wanted this was for like the good of the community, and you're out here
It's like
like
3 pounds
all
of
the
plastic per gram of weed. You're like, oh my
yeah."
God.
But a side note, the prices are getting fantastic. There's Nova Cannabis, used to be Nova on White.
Dude, it's
It's
called
about,
Value Buds. Whoo!
bro,
Huge
ounce
discounts there.
ounce $92.
I know, man. I know. Shout out to Value Buds or whatever. Sponsor us.
Yeah, sponsor us, Value Buds. What's up?
That was a free shout out. But I went in and I was like, man,
With prices.
how come your stuff's so cheap? And I think they're just having a bad day because they're just like, but I was like, all right, cool. But I was like, wow, this is, and I was looking at the prices. I was comparing prices because I'm a smart shopper, and we're talking like 20,
Dude, they
$30
have on the
difference.
boards now. They have like the
Oh yeah,
competitive
that's right.
price and then their price. And it's like, yeah, like 15, $20 cheaper for like ounces, like $10 cheaper for like like 3.5 grams. Holy shit, this is crazy.
Yeah,
What
it's
are you
not.
guys doing?
I tried this this brand Top Leaf, I think it's called. They have
Yeah.
like they had a pink Kush pre-roll. Oh
Yeah.
man, it knocked me on my ass. I was like, this is so good. I tried to buy it again, and they're like, oh, we ran out, so we gave you this other one. And I'm like, not the same, but good brand.
And
Another good. They should sponsor us too.
yeah, I found these Redican makes these things called Reddies, and they're little like 1/3 gram joints, and they come like 10 in a pack. They're
Huh.
perfect for like if you're doing like snowboarding or skating or like
Oh yeah.
going out to do something and like you don't want to get blasted, but like you just want to like get your buzz on and like smoke like a nice little like half joint.
Yeah. I've been reading about weed infused beer is about to become a thing. All the big
Yeah.
beer. What's that going to be like? Like what? First of all, how
It'd be
strong is it going to
all
be? Not very strong, probably.
yeah.
And then like what's that supposed to feel like? You just feel drunk because maybe it's just the beer. Like I'm curious if you'd feel anything different than a beer.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, you've been smoking while you drink. It's different, but like it's weird.
Yeah, but I'm
It's
curious if
weird.
like you drink this beer
But
and
the
you're
like
like, "Oh, I feel
I don't
both."
understand. I don't understand the like I guess it's because I guess I do understand, but the edibles and like the consumables
Yeah.
regulation that like it can't be over like 15 milligrams or whatever. It's like, what is this? Like,
10, I
there's no
think. Yeah.
point. Like, you can sell me an ounce of weed that's 20%, but you can't sell me a
I
can that's
know.
like
I know,
what
man.
is the logic here? I understand that it's because like, oh, kids are more enticed by the edibles and the consumables, so we don't want to make them really strong if they taste good. But
Yeah.
it's like, okay, but have ones that are normal then, and then just have ones that like are clearly unmarked and like taste bad or whatever, but at least get you high.
The other thing too is it's not like they're only letting you buy one. So I could
Yeah,
buy four and have a 40 milligram chocolate by putting them all
yeah.
together.
It's just $80.
Yeah. Yeah. I know, man.
It's
I know.
like
I've
what?
been curious about that because like they're not very like they're and
Yeah,
I've
the
tried the
dollar per
drinks and been
million.
like I don't know, maybe I have to give up weed for like a year to like reset and then try one of these
Yeah, like
drinks and be like,
uh,
ooh.
10, 10 days to a month-ish probably would do you,
Yeah. Who's got that kind of time though, Alex?
right?
Fuck. Who's got
Yeah.
that kind of time?
I'm sure I've told this story before, but I remember after Sober October 2019 when I actually did it, uh, I didn't smoke weed for like I didn't make it quite on weed. I stayed off liquor, but weed was like
Mhm.
26 days or something I made it.
That's pretty
And
good.
then I went to the secret show.
Oh,
Oh my Lord. I was scared. I don't know what I was scared of, but I was just scared. I was like
oh
afraid.
man. For those
I
that
was
don't know, the Secret Show was a legendary comedy show in Edmonton where there was weed smoked in the audience because it was a private venue and things like that. And there was some casualties of that show. Alex, I think you're frozen. Are you back?
I'm back.
You're back. Good. Yeah, there were some casualties of that show. There was the odd knee knocker that just needed a bottle of water or something. But yeah, if that was your first day back after a while off, oh mama.
Yeah, it was like you ever hear like those like weird religious-y people talk about they're like, I felt the sense of evil. It's like I finally understood what they were talking about. It was like I didn't know what was gonna happen. I didn't have like any specific fear, and like there was no one unusual around. It was
Yeah.
like a normal environment, but it just felt like tainted. There was just like a tainted aura around, and I was like, I have to go.
That was normal at that show though, where someone's just like, "Yo, I gotta leave."
Yeah, that was pretty
Like,
standard. You just watch.
no
I
worries,
liked it.
homie.
I was like used to smoking weed, and you could just watch like people be like, "I gotta go," and you'd be like, "Another one."
Yeah, yeah. You're
When
like,
it's
hey
happening
man,
to you, you're like, "Uh-oh."
you should go. Yeah. Oh yeah, those were the days, but
Yeah, man, that's over.
can't do that. Can't do that in this time.
Man, okay, I had things that I wrote down for the podcast for the first time ever.
Nice.
Got to one naturally, $92 ounces.
Yeah.
The other one, okay, bad proposals. After
Oh, dude, I was gonna talk to you about that. Yeah. I
oh,
was gonna say, can you imagine if you proposed on the gondola and it froze in the middle of winter in Edmonton and you were
oh
just
my
stuck?
God. And she said no.
And she said no, and you were just in the gondola for the rest of the ride and the ride back. Whew.
Oh
Yeah, let's
yeah,
talk about awkward proposals.
yeah, because I sent you that post from Barstool. I don't know why it made me so happy, but I woke up this morning and one
Oh
of
man.
Barstool's posts on Instagram was this guy like out in this skating rink proposed. Did you have the sound on for it?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, dude, it's so much funnier because so the guy's like down on his knee, and if you have the sound on, you just hear like the crackly radio voice being like, "All skaters, please return to the lobby. We are closing in 3 minutes. If everyone can
Oh my
return
god.
to the lobby in 3 minutes." And then
As
the
this guy's
girl's just like
proposing.
waving her hands like, "No, no, I don't want to marry you."
No.
And this guy's
And
like,
she skates away kind of confidently.
yeah, she's taking off. And then he gets up and just Bambi legs it like
Oh,
away.
it's like you're not gonna catch her, bro. I saw her take a stride or two. Like you, when I saw him get up and do the like, whoa, 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 I was like, oh no,
Oh,
even worse. You took yourself into deep waters on a thing you're not comfortable on. You went for it. You shot your shot with someone who you thought was gonna say yes, which oof,
mm.
that's tough. And then you're stranded in the middle of a busy skating rink and you
Yeah.
can't skate.
Yeah, with like the person who was helping you skate just took off because they're like, well, I can't look you in the eyes.
And to top it all off, someone was videotaping it.
Yeah, what do you do if you're the video guy? Like, at what point do you stop recording? Or
Yeah, it's
like,
like, do you want me to cut or keep rolling? Okay. Or if they said cut, I'd be like, yeah, cut, keep rolling. Oh man, that's so. And like the way the girl, I mean, we shouldn't, I hope the guy's fine or whatever. But the way that the girl's just like,
Well, this is the one thing you get to make fun of because no one actually gets hurt in this
that's true.
situation.
That's true. You didn't see his face or anything. But when the
Yeah.
girl's just like, no, 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 no. That's like the worst. That's like the worst kind of no. To get like a nope.
Oh, no, 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 no.
And she turns into an Olympic speed skater and just and
Just-
you're left to go, oh, come back, baby. Whoa. The only
Baby,
thing
no.
better would have been a face plant.
Oh, so good. Yeah, I've noticed with winter sports, you can tell if someone's new by how straight their legs are.
Yeah.
If they got real locked
And back,
knees, we're
like-
like, yeah, like, oh, this is your first time.
Yeah. How quick do the arms come up when you like hit a bump? Pretty quick. Yeah. I'm going to the mountains this week.
Nice, right
Getting all
on.
bang. Going to Marmot.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay, skiing.
Yeah. We talked about this last week. You had a little riff on. You actually had a bit of a spaz out about snowboarders and skaters.
Yeah, I can't stand them. They're in my
So
way.
it'll be fun, I'm staying in Jasper, so I don't know if things are open. I don't know.
Nice. That'll be fun. Yeah.
Be a single
Go
household
to
somewhere.
the block. The block, if the restaurant, I don't know what got shut down and what's still alive because of COVID, but the block
Mm-hmm.
is a restaurant there, a tiny little place, but it's tasty as hell.
It's gonna be good, man. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be tired.
Okay, my last subject, this is my favorite one. Have you ever seen the television show Under Arrest?
No. Is it
So,
like bad, like Canadian cops or something, or
oh yeah,
like a real cheat? Yeah,
dude,
that's
it is the great. So, Peter's living in a bachelor pad, and so we've been his like COVID contact or
I
whatever.
love how we're like justifying that when we go to other, we're like, okay, here's just in case someone was listening to the podcast from AHS.
Well,
I'm a single household. These my two people.
yeah. Well, I just don't want people freaking out, like, you know what
I
I mean?
know. I just think it's funny that we're both taking like great lengths to be like, okay. So here's the thing.
Yeah. So
He's
yeah, Peter's
alone.
been staying at our place because his heat's not working, and we just got a futon, so we're like fucking crash here because well, it's working, but fucking bachelor pad downtown during a cold snap, you're like, okay, well, minus fucking 30 outside and minus or plus 10 inside is not great.
Yeah, my
So
my furnace is starting to rattle a little bit. They can only come in like a week and a half. So I'm just like, oh fuck.
yeah,
She's
so
making some noise.
he's been crashing here, and we were talking about like the difference between like Canadian police and American police,
Yeah.
and just like how like insanely different it is. Then we were like watching the two to compare them. We watched like the Miami PD show on like Amazon Prime, and like just the vibe of the show immediately is different. Like they come in and they're like, yeah, so this here is like our armory. This is where we keep all the big guns. These are our riot shields. Like, what's going on, boys? They're all like fist pumping and stuff.
Hoorah!
And then you go to yeah. Then you go to the Canadian one, and it's like, oh yeah, we got an argument outside of a bar here, so we're gonna go check her out. Like, it's so funny, bro.
I'm gonna have to do that comparison myself. I'll go back and forth and watch them.
Dude, my absolute favorite episode. It's like the hardest Canadian accents. They're RCMPs, so it's somewhere out. I'm pretty sure it's like in Manitoba. And so like the hardest Canadian accents ever. And where it cuts into the scene, there's like two guys on the curb handcuffed, and these two girls like yelling at each other, and the cops are trying to like keep them apart. And the guys on the curbs are like, she's got a knife, bud. She's got a fucking knife, bro. Like, she's got a knife on her. And the girl just starts unloading her pockets. She's like, I ain't got no fucking knife. And she's like, just unloading, like throwing change like onto the
Oh my
cop
god.
car, flipping her pockets inside out. And they're like, hey, we're just trying to figure out what's going on. Like, the cops are all confused. And she's like, what's going on? He's a fucking pedophile. He tried to touch me. He's a fucking pedophile.
Oh my
And
god.
so, like, basically turns out this dude, like when this chick was like a teenager, tried to like sexually assault her. So then she just beat the shit out of him and his friends in the middle of the street with a 2x4. Just random after, just saw this guy. Fuck you, and just beat him up. So the
That's
cops
good.
had the all fucking turned up and like cuffed up because this chick beat them up. And basically at the end of the day, they're just like, yeah, fucking road justice. Like, get the hell out of here, fellas. We're gonna take the lady and calm you down.
Rockin' road justice, boys. Oh my god, that's so
funny. Cause yeah, like the girl wasn't even cuffed. She's like emptying her pockets, and the cops are just trying to keep the two chicks separated. They're like it's an episode of Maury. They're
Oh
like
my
swinging
God.
on each other, and the cops are just keeping on. It's like, ladies, calm down, keep it calm. Hey, come on now. And then like
Hey, come on now.
the lady's like, I ain't even got no fucking knife on me. This guy's a pedophile. He's a fucking pedophile. I'll beat the shit out of you again. And then, like, as she's getting shoved in the cop car, she just yells out the door. She's like, you're a fucking loser. And just like slam the door on her.
You're a fucking loser.
Dude, it's so fucking good. And like,
That's awesome.
There's one where these guys are like outside of a bar in Surrey and they get into a fight and they're like in the back and they realize that there's like a camera recording. So they're like, oh, look, man, there's a camera there, there. And they start like slamming their heads on like the back of the cop car. And the one dude's bleeding. So there's like blood like all over the other place. And the other dude pretends to like start licking it. And the camera guy starts like laughing at them. And then the dude's like, oh man, look at him. He's laughing at us. And then they all just kind of start laughing. And then the one guy's like, yeah, I'll clean the blood off if you give me like a towel or something, though.
So, yeah. Hey, I'll tighten you up. I mean, I was just goofing around, just having a goof.
Yeah, like we're just playing around. We're just
Listen, I'll
having
do it with my sweater. It's fine, man.
It is so funny. And then yeah, you go to the American one, and some guy gets like pulled over for a traffic violation. They're like guns out, like get on the fucking ground, like knee on the back of the head, like hog tied up.
Man, that's
Dude,
so
there's
scary.
another one. There's this like shirtless, like lanky white guy, and these like three cops all have their taser guns pointed at him, and the guy's got his hands up, and he just keeps pointing like, "Hey, put your guns down, fellas! Like, put them down!" Like he just keeps like
Hey,
telling
man.
the cops to lower their weapons.
Oh man,
So
buddy,
funny.
fucking chill out, bro.
Yeah. It's so good. The juxtaposition is so funny of just like watching any of those like American PD.
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
shows
Oh,
with
it's so
cops.
serious. Yeah.
So serious and so violent. Like their
So
first
militaristic. Oh, dude, you muted yourself again. I don't know how you do that, bro. And it seems to take you a while to get unmuted. What are you working on over there?
There we go.
Here he is.
Sorry, I missed your last sentence.
I don't know. I was just making fun of the fact that you keep getting muted.
Oh yeah. It keeps happening. How far are we into this? My internet
We're about 40.
Yeah, you wanna my internet connection is giving me yellow or red. So
All right, let's wrap her up then. Where can people find you, buddy? Maybe how about this? Where can people find any upcoming show announcements?
yeah, just go to comedyaf.com. I'm gonna try and put all the promo stuff on the homepage there, and keep an eye on my Instagram at AF Comedian. And hopefully, yeah, mid-March, we should have some concrete info on dates and venues and ticket prices, and we'll be able to announce who the collab is with. So
Nice. Yeah, you guys just got to keep subscribing and liking and telling other people, all 14 people that listen. Try to tell a friend. Let's get up to 28.
We had like 50 views on one of the recent videos. That's pretty good.
Oh, I don't look at the videos. Yeah, that's good. All right. Well, hopefully people watch this so they can see the big smile on your face. Okay, bye, people. Bye.